Hey everyone, happy Friday. Here to do the week ahead reading. So we'll get started. I'll start shuffling, pull some cards, give you the reading for the week. All right, so let's see what we got. I don't know how everyone's been feeling. Last week we had Friday the 13th, we had the full moon. I know from the people that I've talked to between the readings and whatnot, everyone's definitely been very emotional, a lot of highs and lows, a lot of either I want to kill you or cry kind of energy, lots of things maybe not working out the way you want. So I think we're all coming out of that heavier energy. Let me know what you've been going through. Also, if you're still feeling like kind of gross about all that energy, or you feel like you're holding on to anything, we do have the Protect Your Energy workshop coming up on the 26th. So it might be something. All right. All right, let's see. Oh boy. All right. So this looks like calm, feels calm. All right. So for those of you that this is resonating with, it feels like you guys are kind of like in this weird space where you are, like in between worlds almost. I feel like you've been kind of like working and doing a lot to get to where you're headed. You've been like doing a lot of strategies to try and like figure out how to get to where you're going. It feels like you finally see the path ahead of you and you're starting to take steps. Sorry. Starting to take steps towards that path. And it feels like there's lots of ideas. Olive, there's lots of ideas going through your head right now. And it feels like you're trying to figure out how to sort them so that you can make a plan to follow. It feels like, yeah, there feels like there's a lot of like sorting and organization going on. Even if you're not like physically doing it, I feel like even just in your mind, like you're trying to organize all your thoughts and like your forward movements and whatnot. I feel like you are kind of in this moment right now where it's a little quiet. I feel like there's not really any actions that you're feeling like you need to physically do. It's more of like kind of compartmentalizing your emotions, and I feel like there's a lot of like past stuff coming up that you're just kind of like cycling through. It doesn't feel heavy. It just feels like you're kind of like, okay, like this is done now, that goes over here and that's over here, and it just feels like you're kind of like releasing a lot of stuff, or like finding its place, is what it feels like. So you're just kind of, I guess, like laying the groundwork for what's ahead of you. I feel like you can see the end point now. And you have, it's like, you know, you're going there. You know you're getting what you want. You know you're getting that, whatever it is that you're trying to co-create or manifest. You're just in this phase now where it's like you've done a lot of the work and you're kind of like letting it play out until you need to make another physical action. It feels like you are also like wanting to be quiet right now. It feels like there's a little bit of like a wanting to disconnect from maybe being in spaces that there's just like too much energy. It feels like you want quiet, and it feels like you kind of need that right now to make sure that you're thinking clearly, and that you're connecting with yourself. It's like you need that quiet to really like hear your higher self and hear the universe and just really like be with yourself. It also feels like you might be going through a little bit of it's like you're still having issues with money and like poverty and all that. So it feels like you're to a point where you know that you deserve to have, the happiness and the peace and the freedom that comes with having like financial stability, but it also feels like you still are having a hard time trying to release like those thoughts of lack. So it feels like you're coming out on the other side of that though. I feel like you're not back where you used to be, where it would be like, easy come, easy go. You have to work hard to, survive. And if you don't work hard, then you're not going to make anything, that kind of mentality. I feel like you're not in that mentality anymore, but and that you deserve to have financial stability and all that good stuff that you're working towards, because you've put in the work for all this time. Like up until this point you have worked so hard in every way, you've given so much, and now it's like you deserve it. You put in your time, even if like now you don't have to physically like do all this hustling and everything to get it. Like you deserve it still. So but it feels like you're still like, it's hard to break old habits and thoughts and patterns, so it feels like you're still going into that's once in a while, or like once you see a little bit of advancement, or you get like a breadcrumb of like, oh, it's coming, and then you kind of like revert back into that old pattern for a minute. So it's just like you're kind of still in between worlds on that, but I feel like you're coming out and you're really starting to recognize, and I feel like the universe is kind of throwing breadcrumbs to you to show you that like it's coming, you're in, alignment with it. And that's helping you to kind of stay, back out of that past thought pattern that you were having. um so yeah, it feels like you are, and I feel like the universe is trying to tell you like you do deserve this, and that's also why they're like starting to like give you these signs and synchronicities and breadcrumbs, because they want you to know that like, yes, what you feel is right, and what you're wanting is what you deserve, and you're allowed to have all of this. So I feel like it just feels like a lot of internal energy for next week that's going on here with that. I do feel again like there is some type of a partnership. I don't know if this is like a business, a personal, a love, anything like that. It could be any one of them. Everyone's going to have a different resonation, but they they feel very like light and peaceful, and it feels like something that is going to just kind of be very supportive for whatever it is that they're coming into your life for. So if it's romantic, business, or just a personal friendship or family or whatever partnership, it just feels like a very supportive um and like, I want to say loving, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like in a romantic way. There's just like a very like, there's a care for each other, and it just feels like it helps you kind of like moving forward with this next phase of the life that you're stepping into. Um, and I feel like you're also, this person kind of has like a stronger energy in certain ways. I feel like it's in ways that balances you out. So it's going to be kind of opposite of to like your strengths, which is going to be nice. So it's like when you kind of need someone for advice or something, or support, like they're going to be able to support you in the way that you can't support yourself. Um, and then I do feel like if it is in a romantic way, or even it could be business, that feels like you are kind of hesitant to open up and allow this person in fully. It feels like there was something in the past, and it could have been like more recent past or past that, there was like some dishonesty, or, someone was not loyal to you. And it doesn't, again, have to be romantic. But it feels like there was a point where you had basically gotten burned or hurt or whatever, and so you're kind of like walled up. But I feel like there's something about this person that's gonna make you feel like you can trust them. So you're gonna kind of have like a little bit of a struggle, like tap dancing around that. But ultimately, I feel like you're going to realize that this is someone that you can trust. I feel like their energy is like light too. Like you can almost see it around them, or you can like just feel it. There's just like a lighter energy to this person. Um, and it does, I mean, it does feel like a divine masculine energy. Definitely feels like more of a masculine energy that's coming in. Because your energy is feeling a little bit more softer, and a little bit more feminine. So it doesn't have to be, you know, man or woman. It's just the energy that you're bringing and that they're bringing. And it kind of makes sense because it feels like the energy that you're in now is a little bit more in the feminine energy, where you're kind of like trying to, you know, sit still and plan and just kind of like connect with yourself, and you're not really chasing anything right now. You're just trying to attract. It's very feminine. And this masculine energy that's coming in looks like it's kind of really the one that's like, not even if it's like an aggressive push, but just like energetically, softly, like pushing you to help you and guide you into this next phase. So that feels nice. And then also, I do feel like whatever it is that you're working on, it does feel like you are trying to build something solid, stable, grounded. I feel like there is a solid foundation. For some of you, I do feel like there is a new home or a move or something that's like, I guess, important in your life that's going to move to more stability, it feels like. So whether it's an actual new house or even like a new work location or something like that, it feels like whatever this next move is for you, it feels like it's going to be very like solid, stable, grounded. I feel like it's going to make you feel like you are really where you're meant to be. And it feels like it's really what you've been working towards, and trying to manifest and co-create is like you finally achieve that with this move. So, and then I'm seeing like a lot of like grounding energy. So very grounded. I feel like you're very, and it feels like for a lot of you, you might not be the most grounded person, but you've been really working hard on like getting through this like chapter of your life and moving forward. And it feels like you are finally getting that grounded, peaceful energy that you've been working hard for. And yeah, and I also feel like the one last thing they want me to say is that like you have all the answers within you, and that you really are like starting to kind of see that, especially in this like phase that you're in where you're doing a lot of like internal dialogue and thinking and compartmentalizing. It's like all the answers are there. You just have to keep tapping in to hear them or see them. So that is what I have for you guys for next week. I am doing personal one-on-one readings virtually, so if you are interested, if this resonated or whatever, and you want to get deeper into it, you can message me on our website. Link is in the bio, or there's appointments you can just go on and book. And then again, we do have the June 26th Protect Your Energy workshop. So we're going to go over how to protect your energy. So if you feel like you're just drained, or you know, it can even be like physical ailments. If you just get a headache every time you go to a certain place or something, it could be an energetic thing that you're picking up. So we just go over what energy is, how you can absorb it, and then how you can protect it. So that you can also sign up on the website. Link is in the bio. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next week. Have a good weekend.